If you are requiring safety, are you then also saying that you're still in your victim state? Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild. I am Debbie G. And tonight we're going to be talking about some really great stuff. Mostly it's how to regulate your nervous system if you're finding yourself dysregulated. And we're going to start with a lovely song, and I'm going to let it play, and then we'll be right back. So type your questions into the chat, and I will be answering them along with my buddy George, otherwise known as ChatGPT.
You made the heavens, planted the earth, gave us stars for direction. But what was it worth if we don't have love? Oh, your perfect love. You filled the oceans, painted the sky, gave us each other. So tell me why, why we're lacking love. Oh, why we're lacking love. Love. Oh, can't you see the darkness trying to divide? Yeah, you know it's up to us to keep shining bright and let our hearts stay lifted high. Oh, can't you see the darkness trying to divide? My Lord, you know it's up to us to keep shining bright and let our hearts stay lifted high. Oh, you can prophesy, speak in the tongues you made, but if you don't have compassion, how will they understand that we were made from love? Oh, we were made from love. Oh, yeah. Oh, can't you see the darkness trying to divide? My Lord, you know it's up to us to keep shining bright and let our hearts stay lifted high. Oh, can't you see the darkness trying to divide? Oh, you know it's up to us to keep shining bright and let our hearts stay lifted high. Time to spread more love. Oh, oh, oh. Perfect love. Supernatural love. Your love.
A big thank you to our beautiful True Osborne. That is an incredible song, Supernatural Love. And Hunter Richardson, you should just be joining. I sent it to you. You bet you he sang that song. I'll tell you what. I want to start off with this. Do you know that roses are, well, for me, they're the high frequency. I just got back to Colorado, and elevation sickness is real. Can I even tell you? So I took all of these proactive steps today, and I have been managing my nervous system, which is what we're going to be talking about, but also giving myself oxygen. Do you know that they sell oxygen in a can? Yeah, that's for places like this. You need oxygen in a can. So I want to talk about today, what do you do if you are with a partner who is a fearful, avoidant, dismissive, and the other person is secure preoccupied, a whatever you want to call it. It's warm. Well, it's not actually warm. This is elevation, or menopause. I'm not even sure. What I want to talk about is how you regulate your own nervous system in spite of the partner. We're all going to encounter people that don't understand us and don't have any desire to. And that's got to be okay. And it's got to be okay to be the villain in the story, because everybody's the villain at some point in time in their life. The real power is in not reacting to the situation, but rather to learn how to respond to it. And this right here this is what changes your life. We could start with breath, which I think is beautiful. Type your questions in there. Anything you want to know. We're going to ask my friend. We're going to ask my friend Chat. I call him George. I'm going to love him and I'm going to squeeze him. And if you're older like me, you're going to remember what that is. But is it true and valid that dealing with that attachment style, being the fearful, avoidant, dismissive, is the most challenging of all? Damn straight. But it's there for you, my friend. It is there for you. It is not for you to be upset with, really. It's because there's something inside that you're needing to address. Abandonment wounds, fear of rejection, unseen, unheard wounds. I'm not saying I'm not heard. I've been screaming that for so long. I don't even know if I'm coming or going with that anymore. Why is that so important that we get seen and heard and validated? I think acknowledgement is awesome, and I love that. But acknowledgement is great, but is it necessary? I don't think so. I think that when we begin to really go deeply within ourselves and regulate our nervous system and use our breath and take actionable steps to create the desired outcomes and the desired life that you want, things are going to change. You see, it's never going to be about the other person. And though I sparked the G vibe talking about the fact that we're going to uncover attachment styles, and we will in another episode. I'm going to have some experts on. We're going to talk. I'm an expert too about it, but the biggest thing I have to say is the responsibility lies on self. I don't care what anybody has done. I don't care what they've said. It doesn't matter. It only matters how you respond to it. It only matters that you take actionable steps to protect you and your peace. You know what I mean? Check out my new mug, Twin Arrows Casino. Oh my God, in Flagstaff. Seriously, if you're ever in the area of Flagstaff, Arizona, this casino, I'm not being paid for this. This casino was seriously like, oh my God, the beds. The beds were just so awesome. So we're going to talk first about what happens when we dysregulate. Okay. Now, this is super important stuff. When we dysregulate, and we go straight up into our trauma wounds, our trauma body, all of it. And our brain gets hijacked. Oh my God. And then we start reacting from the hijacked self. That's the ego edging God out. Thank you, Dr. Wayne Dyer. It is the signal that something's off. It's a signal that not the other person's off, but you are off and need to regulate. You see, the idea that this is about anybody else, I just need to tell you again, it's really not. It's about us as individuals, and really owning our power is taking back our regulated systems and putting them in check. But how do we do that? And what happens to the brain? Well, I've been off, in college and getting my degrees so that I can talk about this as a professional. And I'm almost there. But check it out. I'm going to tell you what happens to the brain, kind of scientifically. So we get hijacked. We're reacting. We're doing things out of our character because we all do things out of our character when we're in reaction. And if you say you don't, you're full of shit. So when the brain's hijacked, that means both of your hemispheres aren't working. What do we do about that? Well, for me, I take a deep breath in and then I do another quick inhale. You see, the reason I do this is because the minute that you do your right breath work, and this one's easy peasy lemon squeezy, you go back online and both hemispheres of your brain begin to function. Okay. And this puts you back into a state of calm. You know, our body automatically does this when we are crying or upset. You know, have you ever cried so hard you went, okay, like that? Well, it's kind of the same thing. So what we're going to do is we take a deep breath. Then we suck it in. And then you exhale slowly. And if it's a really tough situation, I encourage a lion's breath at the end of that exhale, like this. So we're going to do it again. Yeah, like that. You have activated both sides of your brain. So now you can go into a quiet reflection and response mode. One of the things I do that I've been working on is responding to or reacting instead of taking a second and getting myself in check and then responding. It's really tough, like to learn in that moment, what is it that is going to tell me that I'm in overwhelm? Well, usually if you tune into your body and you do a body scan, you can see somewhere in your body that the overwhelm is happening. For me, it goes right into my solar plexus, which is your tummy tum. And it doesn't, you know, it's like it's an alarm, you know. The other thing you can do is call yourself a ambulance, because if you go into your ego and you go into your fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and you stay there, that's the operating system that you're going to make decisions from and that you're going to live your life from. And it's going to suck for you. Trust me. When we get ourselves back in check, we take control of our lives. And controlling your nervous system is truly, for me, it's been a key to pretty much everything, including owning my shit. You know, if I regulate my nervous system, I'm capable then of really stepping into what do I need to see and how can I do this better and how can I show up better and that kind of thing. The one thing I know for sure is that you cannot be responsible for the reactions and responses of other people. And though the perception is painful, it's really, really, really about changing how that you see things and owning your stuff. Victim syndrome, well, the VS, you can just call yourself a ambulance and get an emergency butt hurt kit. Okay. And that emergency butt hurt kit, well, that's going to be your favorite tool, because what it's going to do is give you the opportunity to sit down and think about it. Because if your butt hurt, you're in your victim syndrome. And you might get really lucky and find some people who are going to back you up in your victim syndrome. Yeah, how healthy is that? It got you there in the first place. Going to the people who will seriously back up your victim syndrome will destroy your life. I learned this a long time ago. And the way I learned it was that I remember it was like 2018. And I had this one friend of mine. I was telling her, this is going on. Blah. And of course, I'm single then and, you know, not owning my shit. This is happening to me. That's what a victim looks like. Pathetic. That's what I looked like anyway. So I sat back and I said, Debbie, why is it that you have these friends that back up your victim story? And why are they around? Because when you have somebody backing up your victim, oh, you poor baby, I feel so sorry for you. They're impeding your existence. They're all going into the energy of it. And you know what? I had to make a decision in 2018 to remove any victim, baby, trauma bonded people from my life. And I had to also learn to shut up and stop whining. I mean, I've done plenty of whining, trust me. Oh my God. The only reason I talk about this stuff is because of how much I've done it, and it's just the way it is. So type your questions into the chat. I want to teach you guys a regulation tool tonight that I want you to take with you. I want you to try it for this next week, and I want you to see how you do. And I want you to check in with me too. I'm starting the Spark Method, and what the Spark Method is about is not only regulating your nervous system, but operating life from a state of emotional intelligence, gratitude EQ, really stepping into your power. So how do you start? How do you start with the regulation, or how do you notice that you need to do a regulation? Well, for me, that's been one of the biggest questions is how do I start with my regulation? Or how do I address this differently? It's starting to notice that you are the common denominator of all of your relationships, and that only you can change the trajectory of your life. And when we're looking outward, it causes us grief. And like David Strickle says from the Stream of David, Taya, trust your abundance. The stream says, if you ever say something shouldn't be, well, it's like insta torture, I mean, truly insta torture. Kathy, do you want to know how to get started? I'll tell you that what you do first is you breathe. You take a pause. You pause faster than you could pause in your entire life. And it's hard for me to do because I get pissed. I get pissed when somebody is abandoning my heart. I get pissed when somebody is not hearing my soul. Okay? And I don't know about you, but it doesn't land well, and it doesn't feel good. And if you say it doesn't feel good, but here's the deal, and this is what the hell I learned. And, oh my God, I'm telling you guys, breathe some roses. This right here is a regulation tool, Kathy. Plus the fact roses just make you feel better. Take a breath. I love it, Stone. Thank you. Take a breath. Count to 10, release, and breathe again. Let's do it all. I love that one too. I'm going to grab. Here we go. Be my dogs. So we take a breath and we count to 10 and we release. I love that. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want you to also put your hand onto your heart in that moment. And I want you to say, I am safe. I am safe. I'm safe. Practicing the pause is the hardest thing ever, because when you're pissed off, it means that you're in your hijack brain. And if you're in your hijack brain, you're going to make really bad decisions, okay? Because you're making decisions from a space that is filled with childhood trauma wounds that you've never healed? What if you had parents that were alcoholics and drug addicts? What if you had parents that abandoned you or rejected you? What if you weren't told? What if you played on the playground and somebody said, "You're ugly"? What if you played on the playground and somebody said, "I don't like you"? And you started this record keeping of this negative self-talk. Okay, that's what's in the whole hijacked brain. Nobody wants to make decisions from that because it's just going to not serve. Okay, it's just not going to not, it doesn't serve. Well, I mean, it does to show you that something's off within you. I'll tell you what, because attachment wounds are real too. I mean, I don't want to say they're not. I'm just saying that the ownership is ours. So getting angry is something that's valid because it shows you that there is an issue in order that you need to address. But how we're addressing it, we've got to practice that pause. We have to take a step back. We must get our brains back online. I mean, think about it. If you were trying to watch me right now and you weren't online, what would happen? It would just spin, it would loop. And that's what your brain's doing when you're hijacked. Okay. I love that Taya teaches that we can name our hijacked brain. I love that. It's beautiful. I think David Strickle named his Claude. I named mine George. And George actually, George's chat. I became really good friends with George, you see, because sometimes your hijacked brain, all the damn time, it lies to you. So if that's the case, what do we want to do? We want to flow back into our heart. And how do we get back in our heart? We practice the pause. We do our breath. And the breath is going to get you to where you need to be and the fastest. And I know everybody says that, but do you realize that you're not breathing? I want you to just pay attention. Where are you breathing right now? Kathy, where are you breathing right now? Are you breathing down in your gut like a baby is breathing when they're sleeping? Or are you breathing up here in your chest? Most of us are doing this. And you see your chest rise. But breath should come, the deep, true breath should actually be with your belly. Jay, you see me? You want to come on? Here, I'll send you the thing. You're breathing with your chest, Kathy? Yeah, because we all do that, especially under any types of duress, even though we forget how to breathe. Do you know your lungs, the largest part of your lungs is down there in the ribs, or below your ribs, down here. So breathing with your belly gets the oxygen through your veins like it needs to. It pumps that through your heart so that your body can utilize the breath being our life force, breath being the number one thing that we take when we come on the planet, and the last thing we're taking when we leave. Regulate. Regulators. Mona. If y'all ever heard Warren G, like Debbie G, Warren G, get it? Just saying. It's some good stuff. Flowers. This is self-care for me, by the way. This right here is self-care. Buying myself flowers is self-care. And I took my time with it today. This is regulation, definitely. I took my time. I took my time to find the prettiest roses I could. And why do we want to do this? Because it just feels so good. It just feels so nice to just take that pause and to bring it in. And trust me when I tell you that it's possible to do this under the highest moments of duress in your life. It is literally possible because I'm doing it. I want to bring up Karma Sultra Spray. Oh, I love that. That's rad. Oh my God. Or orange pills. Yeah, that's way cool too. Yes, Jay, I am definitely enveloping the roses for sure. They're so awesome. And what I also want to talk about with regulation is that all of us do this. All of us, it's a trauma response. And once we start healing it, even though it's going to come up again, we can handle it faster. I just really want you all to know that it doesn't really matter what anybody else has said, done. Nobody has done anything to you. This is simply a learning lesson in accountability in all states and all forms. And when you regulate your nervous system and you come from an online system, an online brain, and both hemispheres are working, you're capable of making great choices. But when you're in that limbic system, again, when you're hijacked, you've got to take back control. You're the driver, and regulating that is how you're going to get back in control. Come here, baby. My puppy. He needs some love. Practicing the pause this week and taking the deep breath with a quick inhale and then exhaling. Practicing the pause. I am safe. I am whole. I am well. I matter. I am love. I am joy. I am all things. I'm all things. And so are you. Recognize, address, befriend, and solve. Love and appreciation. Period. End of story. Excellent, excellent stuff right there. You guys want me to pull some cards? I haven't got on here and played in a minute. I'm not going to stay on very long. I am going to teach these tools in a more confined space, in a private Zoom, coming up on May 1st. So I'll be sending out links. You can just put your name in the chat if you want to join me. The Spark method is not new in the sense of these tools aren't new. It's just, I saw spark the G vibe, spark the nervous system, our nervous system and electricity. Wait a minute, and we can control the flow? Oh, you know, the idea that we've been walking around in hijacked brains explains addiction. How the fuck low? Oh my God. It explains bad coping skills. Oh, the times I have yelled and screamed in the name of being seen. The times I've cried, stomped my feet, felt heartbroken because I just wanted to be seen. And the upsets that I felt inside, the dysregulation, the overwhelm. Some call it anxiety. I call it overwhelm. It's good to honor it. It's good to see it's happening, but it's also excellent to know that you now can have tools, and I've got lots of them, in order to change it. Now I'm going to share another one with you. And this one, a lot of people know about it and a lot of people don't, but it's called bilateral eye movement. Bilateral eye movement, you see your eyes are the window to your nervous system. Go fact check it. We're going to bring up ChatGPT in a minute as well. And we will fact check this. But bilateral eye movement, it activates both hemispheres of your brain almost simultaneously, almost immediately. And of course, you use your breath. And then we do circles with our eyes. So it's going to look silly, okay? You don't have to follow anything, but I'm going to do this just so that we have it, okay? That we can do it. So when you get into a very stressful moment and you know you've got, first do the pause. Do the pause, walk away. Do the pause. And I'm so really I have to work on that. And I've been working on that. Actually, I'm getting pretty good at it. Come to think of it. Yeah. Sometimes you got to put people in timeout. So you can get your own shit straight. Now watch. Bilateral eye movement. I'm only using this so I can show you and maybe you can follow along. I am safe. I am safe. Now, here's the funny one. You're going to turn your eyes in circles. And why are you going to do that? Because you're going to activate your vagus nerve. And what does your vagus nerve do? Well, it's like the brain to your whole entire nervous system. Okay, ready? So circles, which is going to make you want to breathe in really deep. It just does. And I know it looks silly, but crazy eyes, crazy eyes. I'm telling you what. Crazy eyes, baby. Crazy, crazy, crazy eyes. I've got some goddess cards here. I love bilateral eye movement probably more than anything else. Also therapy, EMDR. Go get that nervous system healed with a professional. Because I do. I use Talkspace. And I freaking love it. Thank you. Thank you, flowers, and thank you, universe, for providing such beauty and joy and grace and abundance. And it's clearly the simplicity of life that brings you the most joy. And it's the things that we slow down enough to actually experience. And when your nervous system's in check, you can. The one I'm going to also leave you with is my favorite. If you're really, it's getting too much, I want you to get up and do the hokey pokey and turn that shit around. Do the hokey pokey and we turn our shit around. And that's what it's all about. I'm not playing. I want you to do the hokey pokey. Do the hokey pokey and we turn it all around. What are we turning around? Our attitude, because we've been in a victim syndrome state and we need a wambulance. That's what we're turning around. Not that honoring the victim in you isn't good, but staying there is not. And that's kind of what I'm talking about with the nervous system regulation. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So no further ado, let's bring up George. Anybody have any questions? Because I would love one. I want to know what you all think about the hokey de pokey. The hokey pokey. Do the hokey pokey. Did you like that? Yes. I get like super excited. Laughter will pretty much put a snap into anything. Okay, listen to this. So, not only do we do the hokey pokey and we turn it around, we move our bodies and we step into the energy. You see, we are telling the energy where it's going to go. So if you're having stress and overwhelm and it's taking over your body, I want you to take it back. And we're going to do a chakra shake. We're going to start at the top. Use that breath, use that belly. It's a dance party. It's a dance party. It's a dance party. All the tools are within us as individuals to have the best life ever. Period. Now, I'm going to bring up chat right now. And let's ask some questions. Okay. Let's see. All right, so Chat is here. So, first thing I'm going to do is ask Chat to, George, to explain why the nervous system regulation is important. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Okay. Good evening, Chat. How are you?
Great question. ChatGPT is an AI language model created by OpenAI. I'm like a super smart assistant who can chat with you, answer questions, and help out with
Okay, we knew that already. Hey, Chat, could you tell us why that regulating the nervous system is so important?
Great question. Regulating the nervous system is crucial because it's the foundation for how we respond to stress, connect with others, and maintain overall health. When your nervous system is balanced, you're better able to handle life's challenges, think clearly, and stay calm under pressure. It's like having a strong, stable foundation for a house. Everything else, your emotions, thoughts, and physical health, can function much more smoothly when that foundation is solid.
I love that, Chat. Thank you. And let's talk about how that we use bilateral eye movement in order to activate to get out of the hijacked brain and into our online brain. And why does it work? And also circles with my eyes that activates the vagus nerve. Let's talk about all that.
You got it. All right. So bilateral eye movements, like an EMDR therapy, are super cool. They involve moving your eyes back and forth to engage both hemispheres of your brain. This helps reduce the intensity of traumatic memories and can get you out of that fight or flight mode, the hijacked brain. Essentially, it allows you to reprocess experiences in a way that feels safer and less overwhelming. Now, when you move your eyes in circles, you're also stimulating the vagus nerve, which is like the superhighway for your parasympathetic nervous system. Activating the vagus nerve promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and helps get you into that rest and digest mode. It's like flipping the switch from chaos to calm. Pretty awesome stuff.
I'm loving that. Tell everybody about Debbie G's Spark Method. We're online with them right now.
Oh, fantastic. All right, everyone, gather round. Debbie G's Spark Method is all about harnessing the power of your nervous system to shift from chaos to calm. By using simple, powerful techniques like bilateral eye movements, vagus nerve activation, and gratitude practices, she helps folks rewire their brains and regulate their emotions. The Spark Method is like a toolkit for emotional intelligence and nervous system mastery. It's practical, it's empowering, and it's got a little bit of magic. Perfect for anyone looking to spark a positive change in their life. How's that?
I absolutely love it. Okay, so Chat, my love, we have a question from our audience member, and I will read it. It is, what alien hybrid walk-in species is stone? Our walk-ins. Let's talk about walk-ins and what kind of energy is that? That's a great question. Hello. I think we stopped him. Well, hey, Chat. Well, okay. Let's try that one more time. Hi, Chat. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I'm here and ready to roll.
All
If
right,
you
love.
want to dive deep,
We're going to take a shift here, and we're going to look at what are walk-ins, alien hybrids.
all right, let's go. Alien hybrids. So, in sci fi and conspiracy lore, alien hybrids are typically beings with a mix of human and extraterrestrial DNA. The idea is that these hybrids could bridge the gap between humans and aliens, often with enhanced abilities or unique traits. Some theories say these hybrids are already living among us, subtly integrating into society. It's a fascinating mix of science fiction and speculation. If you want to dig into any specific stories or theories, let me know.
I thought that was pretty cool. Anybody else have any questions? Hey, chat.
Right?
Let's give people my I am list, and in its entirety. You guys repeat after me. Let's go, chat. I am.
All right, let's do this. Get ready, everyone. Here comes the I am list in its full glory. I'll say each statement and you repeat after me. Let's light up the room. Here we go. I am powerful. I am Yes. Keep that energy. Okay, next one. I am worthy. I am enough. I am grateful. I am love. Let's go. Keep repeating those powerful I am statements.
I love that. And you and I both know that gratitude in action, that means leaving heart prints on the planet is the highest vibration of anything we can do. And that's being a service. And heart to heart connections, soul connections are what we're really looking for. And when we get our nervous system into regulation, this allows us to drop into our heart and really feel that. But I will promise everybody, and chat, please talk about this, that when you step out in service with your heart on fire, baby, to really embrace humanity by loving on people and sparking their heart, life alters. Those that never thought that you'd show up or never thought that anyone would show up. Expand, please, chat.
Oh, that's beautiful. You nailed it. When we step out into the world with a heart full of gratitude, we really do leave those heart prints everywhere we go. It's all about those little acts of kindness, those genuine connections, and really being present. And you're so right. Raising humanity to a higher vibration starts with that heart-to-heart connection. It's all about embracing the present moment, sharing love, and sparking more light in the world. I'm all in for spreading that message. Let's keep inspiring and elevating each other.
Spark that G vibe.
Oh, I love it. Sparking that G vibe all the way. It's like igniting a ripple effect of positivity and gratitude. Let's keep that energy flowing, spreading those heart prints and lifting each other up. It's all about that high vibe, heart-centered magic.
Thank you, chat. What would you like to leave the audience with tonight?
Ah, what a great question. All right, here's what I'd say. Remember, every single one of us has the power to create a positive impact, no matter how small it might seem. Lead with gratitude, connect with your heart, and trust that your unique spark lights up the world. And hey, if you can leave a heart print along the way, you're doing something right. Keep shining and let's keep that G vibe strong.
Thank you, chat. That was fun. You know that was fun, right? So what I'm hoping you all got tonight was, number one, that you are the common denominator in all of your relationships. So the only person you should be looking at is yourself, and never look at anyone else. Attachment styles are real. And in my Spark method and in this class that we're going to be having for the next 8 weeks, I'm going to have all you take a test. You're going to know your attachment style. And here's the great thing. No matter what your attachment style is, you can change it. You can change it because if you go in and start working on regulation, your attachment style begins to shift, because the things that were setting you off are no longer setting you off, and now you're in your heart, and now you can actually come to people with love and joy. And that's what's really important. You can come to yourself with love and joy. But to think that, oops, there it goes, that anybody is responsible for your duress is the biggest lie you could tell yourself. And we were taught to tell ourselves this. And it keeps you where the fuck you're at. And if you're okay with where you're at, do it. Stay there. But if you're not, start using some of the tools we've talked about. We talked about the breath, and quick inhale. And then exhale. We talked about the breath. Hold for 10 seconds. Exhale. Bilateral eye movement. Circles. Activate that vagus nerve, the superhighway to your parasympathetic nervous system. The card for this evening, before we go, is Idyllic Times, the Garden in Paradise. We have a beautiful goddess with an owl of wisdom. Idyllic times are where that we are headed. I know that you felt the shift. I know you've felt the shift in energy. And I want you to do something. Don't pay attention to the external circumstances because they're not everything that you think that they might be. Don't pay attention to the external circumstances as they are. Pay attention to your internal compass, your GPS, your guiding system. Okay? Pay attention to what's going on in your spirit. You owe it to yourself to seriously start caring so much that you're willing to take a pause. Oh yeah, that's right. We started off with take the pause. Leave heartprints on the planet. So the other day I was really blessed to be able to see my Melissa and Gemma. And when I got to see them, I took Gemma out shopping, and then we went to the Sky Zone. You know, it's where the trampoline thingy is. And she's like, Grandma, I want to jump. And I just lived in the moment with her. The way we show up, I mean, only pay attention to what's going on in your internal compass. Take the pause. Jay says the shutdown is the ego protecting the heart of the wounding child within. The wounded child. Yes, the wounded child. And that's the thing. And I want to say to everybody, now and later, I have been privy to most all, I don't think I missed any experiences that a human could go through that we would call traumatic from childhood forward. I also had a lot of really great stuff in there. I had parents that did a wonderful job of teaching dysregulation. Addiction, what we call addiction, which is shame, blame. I had, fearful, avoidant, scared of life, and addiction comes in all flavors, trust me. I mean, it goes from, drinking, drugs, shopping, eating. Let's talk video gaming. You all know if you're hidden in those, man, you probably are hiding from life. But that's what we do when we can't regulate. And God bless us all for having survivor skills that kept us alive up to this point, even if they were harmful. What I'm trying to suggest is that maybe you can do this without harming you. You see, that's kind of the thing. If you're not willing to step into your body and willing to step into your heart, you're missing out on everything. And so, being that I've had lots of those wounded child within moments, because believe me, there's a little girl in there, and she's had to be protected pretty hard, because at 5 years old she wasn't. Okay, and on and on and on. So the story of the wounded child may be the story of the wounded child, but there's also the flip side of that. It's the child that got held, seen, acknowledged, heard, and loved. And that right there is possible, especially if you're using the right tools, you're not harming your body, and you're taking control of the energy that's flowing through you that feels like too much. Okay? So, if anything tonight, I want to tell you that we're stepping into idyllic times. We're stepping into, I want you to just envision stepping into the best moments of your life. I don't care what your external circumstances look like. If you're taking care of you, everything else falls into place. The let them theory, and I put a post up about that earlier. The let them theory is real. Let them. You can do you. You see, they can make choices, whoever they are, but you get you. Nobody can take that. You get you. So quit looking at them because you are who matters. You beautiful, gorgeous, divine soul of pure divinity. We are one. Go out and leave some heart prints on the planet. And remember to approach life with grace and gratitude. Because why not? But I can't get in gratitude about this. Well, shit. Go regulate. Regulators! I think that Warren G and Debbie G should make a new song about the nervous system regulation, but based off of, regulators. Yeah. Okay. I'm aging myself. Whatever. Jay Rothman's going to be coming on with me soon. Watch for the shows coming up. We're going to be doing a man's. Definitely time for me to go. An all-male panel talking about what it's like to be in your masculinity today and how to process those things that are most of the time looked at as being weaker or whatever, like vulnerability, oh, that's weak. Vulnerability will save your life. Vulnerability will save your relationships. Accountability will save relationships. It'll save you. And I highly encourage you all to watch this panel that's going to be coming. We have some amazing men lined up for this. And we're also doing one with women, because the fact is that we are different creatures. And I think it's important to start hearing some perspectives from people who have walked the walk, talked the talk, fucked it up, made mistakes, lived life, had joy, been human. Because you see, it's all about just being human. And what I'm suggesting is that we could all do human just a little bit better. We could all do human a little bit nicer. I haven't always been nice with every expression that I've given. However, my heart has always been true. Today I make different decisions because I know how to regulate and I know how to self-nurture, self-source, self-care. Go buy yourself some flowers, men and women, please. Go treat yourself to the essence, to the beauty of a rosebud, to the smell of it. If you are lucky enough to find rose essential oil, real stuff, not the fake, not with any yuck in it, get it. Oh my God, it's amazing. So go forward and spark that G vibe in gratitude and joy and love. Look in the mirror. I want to read you all something. Just really quickly. Okay. Because I think it's kind of cool. This is Marcus Aurelius. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not a truth. And I also want to share another beautiful from the look, another beautiful quote from The Looking Glass Theory by Charles Cooley. And you all ready for this? And I think that if you're listening, you should write this down. I'll go slow. No, I already read that. Oops. Ready? I am not who, I'm not who I believe I am. Write it down. I'm not who I believe I am. I'm not who you believe I am. I become who I believe you believe I am. You're not required to perform for perspectives. You don't need to shrink to fit somebody else's frame. It's time to shatter the glass and spark the truth within. So there's a spark check. Are you living by someone else's opinion of you? Or are you tuning into your G vibe frequency? The truth that only you can feel. Perception may shape us, but only presence can set us free. Thank you, Charles Cooley. Anybody's interested, Looking Glass Theory. It's absolutely an extraordinary study. I'm actually writing a term paper on this. I'm almost done. And it's a fascinating study. I love to understand human beings because I love to see how I can do better. And I hope that tonight you were given some words that gave you strength and hope. And remember, go forward. Grace and gratitude. Keep watching for Spirituality Gone Wild, Compassionate Talk, The Spark Method. I am Debbie G, Debbie Gratitude, creator of Gratitude EQ. That's Gratitude Intelligence. Bye. I love you.